Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Straight out of Jamaica, it is understood that the Court of Appeals has now given a specific date and a time for the Vybz Kartel's hearing decision to be handed down. It is understood that the Court of Appeals will hand down the judgment in the Vybz Kartel matter on Wednesday, July 31st, 2024. The judgment will determine whether Vybz Kartel and his three co-accused, Sean Storm Campbell, Kahira Jones, and Andre St. John, will be ordered to stand trial again for the 2011 murder of Clive Lizard Williams, or if they will be acquitted in the matter. Most of us are saying acquitted. It is the right thing to do. We've already been through this argument. There is no way possible for a fair trial to be given in Jamaica. But you already know, they do what they want to do. It is going to be very interesting to see what the decision will be. It is understood that the judgment will be delivered at 2 p.m. They are so specific, they've even given a time. Some people are going to say, I don't believe them, because they've done this before when the judge said we won't go past a certain date, and then they certainly went past the 18th. On the 18th, they told us you will hear by the end of July, and I predicted they will drag this to the last of July, and they did absolutely so. So now we are ready to hear July 31st, 2024 at 2 p.m. This judgment comes after more than a month after a three-judge panel on the court heard arguments in the matter. I was already not too trusting of the three-judge panel at the appeal court, because if you remember correctly, when they went to Privy Council, the Privy Council law lords said, how did this get past your appeal court? Understandably, an error was made at the original trial, but then it went to the Court of Appeals, where three more judges saw it and overlooked that same error. And to me, I don't think they overlooked the error. It gave me a kind of vibes like they were in a concerted effort to keep Vybz Kartel, Sean Storm, Kahira Jones, and Andre St. John exactly where they have had them now. It's been 13 years. Newly installed President of the Court of Appeal, Justice Marvin MacDonald Bishop, who is also the lead judge on this hearing, is expected to be the person who will hand the judgment down. Justice Marvin MacDonald Bishop, I hope you do the right thing. I hope you are not in cahoots. I hope you are not caught up and about to give us the same old, same old. It is time for a change. It is time to restore some citizens' trust in our justice system. The Privy Council overturned the men's 2014 murder conviction in March and ordered the local Court of Appeals to determine whether there should be a retrial or not. That was beyond our control. That is written in the law. It is their right to be given a chance to decide if there would be a retrial or not. Here we are at that very moment. If you remember, Judge said to the prosecution, we will not be sending this back to trial if you guys do not have the original people who you had from first trial who were witnesses. Prosecution pulled out a list and said, we have the list right here, Your Honor. The judge said, I don't want to see a list of names. I want something more concrete, not in these exact words, but meaning the exact same. I want to know that you are in touch with these people. I want to know that you have spoken to them. I want to know that you know their whereabouts and where to find them. I want to know that they have verbally expressed to you that they are aware of the situation, what's going on, and they are willing and ready, whenever you get started, to show up front and center and say the same things they said before. We will not be sending this case back over there for y'all to be running around chasing witnesses. So, from the 18th of June to the 31st of July, they have given them over a month and a half. The month and a half should have been used to put all their ducks in a row, to dot the I's and cross all the T's. Did the prosecution dot the I's and cross all the T's? The matter will now be up against, can the state afford another trial? Can the state afford to pay all the legal fees that they were ordered to pay already by King Charles? And can the state afford another trial? Can the state afford to go to trial again and lose? Or to go to trial again and then get fought all the way to Privy Council again, only to have it turned around again and get the same result they got before? Given the fact that there are other things that can have this case verdict overturned if there should be a retrial and there should be a guilty verdict again. For instance, the cell phone that was taken from the evidence room, used by a police officer, taken home with the police officer, used for his personal use and brought back to the evidence room, that was then entered into evidence and admitted into evidence by the judge. That is seen as tampered evidence, heavily tampered with. Not only that, the forensic expert, independent forensic expert that flew into Jamaica and analyzed the cell phone, his findings were not in favor of the state, were not in favor of the prosecution. So there are other avenues here that the state must think about, on top of, will they be violating these men's constitutional rights? On top of that, they must also think, do we want to do this all over again and come back with the same result? The first round was a slap in the face. We've already gotten 13 years off of these guys. If we push again and another new verdict is overturned, it will definitely seal our fate. Or do they care at all? Is this a case where they just really want to get Vybz Kartel because he is public enemy number one, who has violated in some way somebody who is in position of authority and has connections within the system, to see through all their vindications, or to see through all their vindictiveness rather? Will they be pushing forward? Or will the state say, listen, we erred in judgment, it was ruled by the Privy Council, we take that on the chin, we've gotten 13 years out of you guys, we won't violate you any further, we'll leave this case where it's at. Acquitted, go on your way. What says you? What do you think the verdict will be? I will be here and I will be waiting for this day at 2 p.m. on Wednesday, the 31st of July 2024, when that verdict is handed down. Some people are getting ready to beat pot covers. Some people are getting ready to cry if the verdict doesn't go in their favor. We will see what the verdict says. my opinion has always been the same and will always be the same from day one, no matter what anybody who opposes my opinion has to say. Send me up under my mother. Tell me about myself. But from day one, I said this trial was botched and this was not a proper and fair trial, and it went 13 years and all the way to Privy Council, or 10 years and all the way to Privy Council, only for Privy Council to say what I've been saying since day one. So now I am saying acquittal is the only way that is just, if this is in the name of justice and is right. If not, then we look forward to a TV show, a Netflix series that's about to unfold before our eyes. I'll catch you on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. Don't forget, set your time. 2 p.m. the 31st July 2024. I'm out. Free Vybz Kartel. Peace.